We're live?
Welcome.
All right. Hey, it's Clifford coming to you live from Bloomington Normal for another episode of Townies, where we get the whole story, the whole story from the people behind the best things to do in town. And I'm joined, as always, by Chad Barth.
Awesome. Well, today we're hanging around with the owner and the carrier of the legacy of some of the best baked and fried blessings in Bloomington Normal, with a few of our favorite fresh flour-formed and fried foods, filled and frosted. It's a crumbly and craveable cookies and more. They're a time-honored tradition, and it's a treat to be joined by Denny's Doughnuts and Bakery's own David and Barb. Welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks for having us.
Welcome. Yeah, we're glad to have you. Big fan. Well, let's dive right in. Your dad and your husband started the family journey here. What are some of your earliest memories of Denny's Doughnuts and Bakery, and how did it form you guys early on?
Do you want to go ahead? Yeah, you
Yeah.
go first.
He
Either
did,
one,
Yeah. I actually worked for our families have been friends all my whole life, but I worked for him in high school, and then I went to Illinois Wesleyan, and I continued to work for about a year. I lived in the dorm there, but I'm from Bloomington, and we got married a few weeks after I graduated, and he had already been in business, for 5 or 6 years, and then I kind of joined. I had a degree. I had my own job, but then I quit when he opened the second store, and we started having kids, and so all the boys grew up, and we have 4 sons. So yeah, so it's a lot of hard work. I didn't. I mean, he's been gone over 10 years now, and I didn't appreciate a lot of things until I realized that's why he did that.
Yeah.
That's why he didn't do that. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think David probably would agree.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my earliest memories are playing on our stacks of ingredients and picking
Yeah.
the donut holes out of the donut as it comes off the line.
Right.
So like for me early on, the bakery was associated with fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now it's work, but
Yeah.
still fun.
You had
Yeah.
the taste testing job.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, fun for your own kids and stuff.
Oh yeah, they do
now,
the
I'm
same
sure.
thing.
Yeah.
Same thing. Yep.
Yes. How do you feel like that kind of formed you growing up?
Early on, I didn't really understand that most families had like weekends off
Oh,
until later on in life.
Yeah.
So just
Wow.
kind of the routine of just getting up and going to work.
yeah.
It's just what you do.
Yeah.
And that's helped out the routine now because it's what you do every day, 7 days a
Every
week.
day.
It's you get up and you go to work.
Yes.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah. One of those things that you don't realize until, you grow up. What's a little bit different about your own family. But, yeah. A lot of kids, a family business, a lot of kids of a family business, rather, they tend to leave the nest and maybe come back. What do you think drives that leap from the nest? Maybe pulls you back in. Was that ever a part of your journey?
Not really. I've kind of always felt like it was a place I belonged. I was built more for working every day and just doing the job. I have 3 brothers who did leave the nest,
Yeah.
and they're doing way better things than we are. So it ended up being a great thing for them. And
I don't know. I've never had their
Yeah.
donuts, so I can't say they're
yeah,
doing
I would imagine
better.
you get growing up and you get burnt out. You're like, I don't want to do that. Like I've done it my whole life. I don't want to keep doing it.
Fair.
And then,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I like it. It's a good mix of jobs.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 And I'm very glad when he was little that he would follow Denny around. He knows how to fix everything. He knows how. He just knew that, and it would be much harder if
It's all the
he-
same equipment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. The equipment we bought back then has lasted. So yeah.
That's great.
So yeah.
Nice.
That's cool. What kind of a dad and what kind of a husband was Denny?
I mean, he was a great dad. I didn't understand. He was always at the bakery, but he was always at I have 3 brothers. We were all doing different things all the time, and he was always at all the events somehow. Even like college and in golf, I played a lot in Iowa.
Yeah.
He would still be in Iowa.
Wow.
Nationals in Georgia. He was still in Georgia.
Yeah.
I didn't understand what that had to have taken until after, the last several years. Now that my kids are in stuff all the time, and it's like,
Yes.
it's difficult working 7 days a week, getting the job done, and still being a dad to the kids. It's just you just have to prioritize certain things.
That is the first
Yeah.
thing I thought when you said working every day. It was like,
Yeah.
how in the world is he gonna? But it seems the opposite of what you might think
I mean,
for somebody who works
yeah.
7 days a week.
I mean, thankfully it's early, so
Right.
you know
Fair.
we're done early afternoon,
Mm-hmm.
so we can have more time
Yeah,
to
the rest of the day.
do
yeah.
stuff with kids. But you're just giving up sleep at that point.
You're always
you know.
tired.
You're giving up your naps.
Sure.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's worth it to be able to be at all their things all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But and that's how he was. He did a lot for other people,
Mm.
a lot more than he probably should have.
Yeah.
And yeah, just always. And he was always people always calling him for things, and he thrived on that.
Mhm.
But it was hard, and he was getting tired.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
kind of gave his all to
Yeah.
everyone.
Oh yeah. Always did. And always in a good mood. Always. I mean,
That's good.
I would get mad at him. He was hard to stay mad at, but
Oh,
you know, but he just kind of went along with it. I think he behind my back, I think he, probably made fun of me to the boys and everything. But yeah, but
Just
he
of
was,
your height.
yeah, of my height. Yeah, well, yeah, he was a lot taller than I was. But yeah, no, he was very good husband, very good father. Yeah,
I love it.
We miss him. Yeah.
He wasn't the hold the flashlight kind of dad that everybody talks about. Do you know what I'm talking about? The you get caught holding the flashlight and the dad's most frustrating moments or whatever. And
Yeah, he yells at
fixing
you for not
something.
holding it right.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
Oh yeah.
But that seems to have driven you to actually learn how to fix something.
Yeah,
instead
well,
of
it's-
wanting to not be a part of that. at all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've always just liked doing that anyway. That just it was just part of being a man, being like, "Hey, that's broke,"
Yeah.
and I fixed it. And it's like, yes, all right.
Yeah.
Don't
Mini
have to worry
celebration.
about it
Yep.
anymore.
Yeah.
Nice.
Such a treat.
Well, we're just going to take a quick break right now. This episode is brought to you by Illizona Pizza Peels.
Right.
This convenient pizza peel is perfect for home kitchen, backyard, or commercial use.
Yes, I love this thing. So, Illizona pizza peels. I have a personal pizza peel from Illizona. I use it all the time. It is a prerequisite for homemade pizzas. Don't even try to make homemade pizza without one. I said it here first.
Metal peels, ceramic plates, even nonstick pans, they stick to uncooked dough. They're just the wrong texture. The wood texture helps spread the right amount of flour so your pizza slides right off when you're ready.
Yeah, order yours at the link in the description right now. You'll also receive a turning fork. So, crucial tool, helps you rotate, maneuver, and retrieve your pizza. I use my pizza cutter to try to slide the pizza before I had one of these, or pull the rack out, but I'm either bumping the rack or the inside of the oven, and I'm burning myself every time. It's a bad time. So I'll give you permission to open the description of this video right now. Click the link. We'll keep playing in the background. You can listen until you've finished ordering your Illizona pizza peel today. But speaking of dough, another big chain place might have donuts that kind of taste like they've been sitting in a freezer or a plastic tube for a year. Where does the process start for your donuts? You were talking about climbing over ingredients. You don't just get a frozen pallet of pre-made donuts delivered
No.
direct in?
No, that is the trend these days though. But we get shipments once a week from our suppliers. They come in big 50-pound bags of flour and powdered sugar, and that you can stack them up and make castles with them. And yeah,
Pallets of individual
Yeah.
ingredients? Go figure. How in the world? How does that affect your final product there?
We think it keeps it better. I think that's why the people keep coming back.
Yeah.
And we haven't changed a whole lot in the last 51 years now.
Yeah.
We just keep it the same. People like it, so don't disappoint.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's huge. I love it. Well, donuts are also known for inclusions. Sometimes maybe pushing the limits with flavors, toppings, combinations. Is there a creation that you love that doesn't work in a donut shop?
Don't know.
I think we've tried pretty much everything we've thought of that might sound good, we've tried.
Nice.
Mm.
Yeah, some things are harder than others, and it's just not really conceivable to do at $1 like we
Yeah.
like to do.
Yeah.
But we just did a project with a school, and it was a 5th grade class, and they're doing persuasive writing, and so the teacher had every kid create a donut and
Okay.
then try to persuade us on why we should make it.
Oh,
And so we got to pick out, there's like 40 some submissions. So then we got to pick out one from each class, and we actually produced it and gave it back to them. Yeah, it was a good time.
It's almost like a Shark Tank. But for
Yeah.
donuts.
Yeah. How old are these kids that are submitting these?
They're fifth grade.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sure they have some wild ideas.
Yeah.
There was one that had different kinds of seafood on top
Yes.
of it. I was like, I don't know if that's gonna work.
It's like, I love seafood, but I don't know if I want it on my donut.
No.
Maybe if it's like the candied, maybe like Swedish fish or
There you
something.
go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that makes it more conceivable. Yeah, it makes me think like, oh, could we put prime on a donut or
Yeah.
something?
Yeah.
Like what all the weird combinations
Yeah.
you'd get. I love it. Cool. Yeah, their imaginations run wild. That's
Oh, yeah.
awesome. Well, so also speaking events, conferences, churches. When I walk in and I see Denny's Donuts on the refreshments table, it's going to be a good day. So, how difficult is it for somebody who's maybe a person who puts those events on that's used to going and getting something from a chain place? How difficult is it to make the switch from the stale frozen donuts to the best donuts Bologna has to offer?
How hard is it for us to make a switch?
How difficult is it for them?
Oh, I don't know. I think we make it easier in a lot of concepts because a lot of times the chains, like, you have to order from them and then go pick it up, and might not be right because it depends on what employee you got that day. You're not talking to the owners, the managers. But like for us, you can get exactly what you want. You can get different dozens differently, and we'll deliver it to you. So we try to make it extremely easy for anybody, and our prices are almost always better.
Love that.
Yeah.
Wow, this is my selfish pitch. Every place that I like to go, listen to him, switch to Denny's Donuts. They're better and easier. You deliver.
Yep.
Most people don't do that. So
Yep.
Yeah, that's true.
I love it. Well, do you eat pizza? You definitely eat pizza. Then you need an Illizona pizza peel. I use mine when I'm constructing a pizza, cutting my pizza, serving a pizza, and I even grab it for a charcuterie board or a decorative serving tray.
Whether you're a fancy homemade pizza chef or a frozen pizza fiend, this practical tool will elevate your pizza game and have people double taking on your pre-made pizzas and eyeing you as a chef.
Yeah, that's right. It's beautiful.
Even though it's a lie.
Well, define chef. You put it in the oven.
True.
It's beautiful. It's easy to clean. It folds away for easy storage and locks into place, so it's solid during use. I hang mine prominently in my kitchen because it just looks so great with these unique slabs of acacia.
I know what you're thinking. A big slab of exotic wood with matching handle and accessory with all metal hardware. This thing must cost a fortune. Wrong. You wouldn't believe me if I told you myself, so don't believe me. Just click the link and see for yourself.
Well, Denny's is as local as it gets. Then you guys turn around and support local as well. So what excites you about the ISU NIL deal, Redbird Cookies, or your other local partnerships?
Well, the NIL specifically, that's something. My dad was heavily involved with ISU athletics, and growing up, like, some of the basketball players in the '90s were literally my babysitter growing up.
That's awesome.
So we've always been involved, and now the kids are all into it. Now at the NIL, it's a way to give back to those players that that we love to watch and the kids root for and look up to as role models. So it's a great time. But we've done a lot of work with St. Jude. That's always been a big one. And Red Cross. He had an award named after him from the Red Cross, as the Denny Marquardt Award.
Oh,
So, yeah,
okay.
but we try to do whatever we can. They give back to us, and we give back to them.
Sure.
That's so cool. Yeah, tight circle. Okay, well, the Midwest is known for a lot of foods and maybe some unheard of combinations to other places around. What do you feel like is a real local taste? And when can we expect to see a ranch dressing donut?
Ooh, ranch dressing. That's kind of up there with a pickle donut. I don't know how that would go.
Do you guys have a pickle donut?
We do not.
Okay.
Yeah. I've had request for a pickled
yeah.
donut.
like unironically, like they want that.
They want a pickled donut.
Yeah.
Pickled flavor is kind of the thing now. You can get
I
pickled
guess
flavored
so.
anything.
I
Yeah.
guess I don't understand it.
I can't
Yeah,
stand
I like
Pickle
pickles.
beers we saw the other
Yeah.
day. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
pickle
true.
everything.
Yeah,
I like
someday
pickles,
we'll make it
but-
work.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of a summer thing. When it gets slower, I like to experiment more in the summer times.
Mhm.
Do you feel like there is something that's like a regional kind of taste that we do here in the Midwest that would be kind of different to another area, or is it pretty universal?
I don't know that we do something more unique here. We offer several different flavors, like of our old fashioned, that you don't see a lot of places. Lemons seems to be a big one,
Lemon.
but like we do orange juice and banana,
Pineapple.
pineapple, cherry, raspberry. Pineapple's kind of an odd one, but people that like it love it.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's always that's the ongoing debate about whether pineapple is
Yeah.
good
Yeah.
or not.
Yeah.
And, like,
What does it
does it
belong
go on pizza?
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
that.
and in the fall you get pumpkin.
Yes.
So
that's
that's
true.
around
Mm.
here at the Pumpkin Festival. We're now the official provider of the Pumpkin Festival donuts for the next 3 years now.
That's awesome.
So
To the
being a
pumpkin
regional
capital
thing,
of
and we
the
actually
Yeah.
use Libby's pumpkin from Morton in our pumpkin donuts.
world.
Yeah,
That's a treat.
Are
Yeah.
we really the pumpkin capital?
Morton's pumpkin
Morton
capital.
is the pumpkin capital
Yeah.
of the
Oh,
world.
wow.
You go,
They're-
yeah,
Yeah.
across the globe, and
Yeah.
they have canned, pumpkin or whatever comes from Morton, Illinois.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
I
they'll
had no
get
idea.
45,000 donuts
Wow.
in 4 days.
Yeah.
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 That's
Yeah.
wild. That's
Lucky us.
Yeah. Actually, you didn't know you had, so. Well, so donuts are a pretty universal treat. So very approachable at $1 a donut. That's huge, but they're not out of place by any means in a penthouse suite or an airport lounge. What's it like being the fave of the community's top earners and humble folks, as myself alike?
People just like donuts.
Yeah.
They come together over donuts, and like we get organizations that want to put out a big breakfast. They'll want muffins and sweet rolls and Danish along with the donuts. Well, the donuts go first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time, the donuts
Not
go
surprising.
first. Like it doesn't. People show up, they see donuts. Maybe it's The Simpsons that created that,
Yes.
but it's just people love donuts.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Simpsons
matter.
are
Maybe it
right
just reminds them being a
sometimes,
kid. Yeah.
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 Yeah, I don't think I know anyone who doesn't like donuts.
Yeah. And there's enough different kinds. There's kinds for
Yeah.
everybody.
Right.
Some people
Yeah.
like cake donuts better or
Mhm.
glazed donuts. So there's always
Yeah.
something
Yeah,
you can pick. Yeah.
yeah, true.
That's great.
I will never pass up a donut.
Yeah. The best one. There is a right answer. I won't tell you what it is, but there is a best donut. Everybody's is different.
Okay, leave us in suspense.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, Mother's Day is coming, and she doesn't want another pair of fuzzy socks.
That's right.
She wants something cute that she'll actually use.
That's right. Be the favorite child this year and give your mom an Illizona pizza peel. It's durable. It's beautiful. She won't have to call you for tech support to use it.
With the Amazon's Choice banner, 4.6 stars, and a 30-day money-back guarantee, you can rest assured that you will receive the highest quality product. Illizona was founded and designed here in town,
That's right.
and they now ship worldwide.
Yep, your mom will love it. Order it now before you forget. The hardest part is going to be keeping the secret until Mother's Day. So click the link below. It'll take you 3 seconds. All right, anyways, a return to rustic. A lot of people are into sourdough or simpler ingredients again, homemade. What's changed over the years with your recipes, and what's still the same?
So the biggest thing is we used to be spud nuts.
Mhm.
Donuts used to be more potato based, but then as potato flour started going, getting way more expensive, and
Okay.
wheat flour coming down, he's switched, so it's not as potato based as it used to be.
Wow.
That's really our biggest difference. We've kind of kept mostly the same.
Is it
Yeah.
is that a very big flavor difference? Really?
I've never noticed a
Ye-
difference. I was I mean, I would have been young.
Yeah.
I'd have been
When,
before my time, but we've tried potato based donuts. I really didn't.
when Denny
Gotcha.
first started, he was Denny Spud Nuts.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
the Spudnut Corporation claimed bankruptcy.
Wow.
So he just went. It was just a couple years after he went into business, and so
Love it.
then he went on. Then it was Denny's Donut Shop, for a while, and then tried using the potato flour, but off and on. But we're happy with what we've got.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
So good. Yeah, when's that switch? Is this like 10, 20 years ago, or is this farther back than that?
It's been a long time.
Switch
Ballpark?
from-
I mean, the Spudnuts was 50 years ago.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
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 That was only 2 years
Yeah.
in.
Wow.
But like we tried a potato base 10 years ago, and it was okay, but it was just really expensive. And
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't that. I don't
It
think
really
that
wasn't
big
different.
of a. Mm-mm.
yeah,
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
That's interesting. I
Yeah.
would not have known that. I've heard of like potato rolls and stuff like that,
Mhm.
but I have never even heard of a spud nut.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
it's a hard thing to
Yeah.
imagine.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
potato, because you're just thinking about potatoes.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, it's
Yeah.
like, is it gonna taste like a potato? but I'm sure it's
Yeah.
different. You
Yeah.
know, kind of like how zucchini bread doesn't taste like zucchinis. You know.
Yeah.
There you go.
So, but wow, that's
Yeah.
interesting. So that would be like the biggest change. Has there been anything a little bit more recently that's changed for you guys? Just kind
Not
of
as
just doing
far
the
as donut,
same
well,
old.
like
I
like
love
the basic donut hasn't changed. What we do differently is we add flavors.
Mhm.
Like we add our blueberry and cherry and all the flavors to the donut itself.
Yeah.
But the actual donut, the vanilla donut hasn't changed much.
Love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, just keep it simple. You know,
Yeah.
if
Yep.
if it ain't broke, don't fix
That's-
it.
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah, I think the flashiness of a donut, a lot of people wouldn't necessarily associate it with like a long-standing, like traditional kind of thing, but that's yeah, it is a long-standing tradition.
Yeah.
Like this is
Mhm.
an old recipe kind of thing. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
that's cool. Well, let's talk about cakes for a second too. In a world where so many people shop visually for cakes with their eyes, what makes a great tasting cake, cookie, visual treat?
Our decorators are pretty amazing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We have two amazing decorators. One happens to be my wife.
Yeah.
There you go.
But
Yeah.
the other one's been with us since she's my age, and so it's been 20 years since we were in high school. So
Yeah.
yeah, finding good decorators and making a cake look good
Yes.
is incredibly difficult.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like it's a
Yeah.
talent. It's a very rare talent. People that do have it are usually do really well and kind of do things on their own. They don't work for a business.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But we're very
Well,
fortunate.
And we try to make everything right as close to the pickup
Yeah.
time as we can. And
Right.
Mhm.
You know, freshness
Fresh
matters
helps.
too.
Yeah.
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 That's huge. Yeah, I guess you've got a pretty good reason for your cake decorator to stay around if she's married to you
Yeah.
too.
Yeah,
So that's
well,
good.
I got her into
Yeah.
cake decorating.
That's a
She
good.
was always a good artist, and I was like, you should learn to decorate a cake, and it worked out well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, wink, wink.
yeah.
Yeah, help us out.
Well, what's coming in the next generation of Denny's Donuts? Do you think your kids will take up the donut legacy? Do they have any interest or anything like that?
They do. They have interest. They don't. I mean, they have no concept on what it is.
Yeah.
Mm.
But they like to help out around the bakery. They all kind of have different things. Like my dad was always. Not only would he put in the work required, is also a great salesman.
Mhm.
I just like to put in the work that's required. My brother's a great salesman, so it's like
Yeah.
we got different parts of it, and I feel like the kids are all different areas too. Like I have one that's an extremely good artist. He's already learning to decorate, and he's good at it. I have another one that's
Mhm.
he's just smart, and he can put in the work, and so it's just we'll see. It could be an expansion later on.
Nice.
Yes.
Far away? Are these years and years down the road?
Years
or-
and years down the road.
Okay.
Yeah. My oldest is 12. Years and years down.
Okay. That's great.
Cool.
Yeah, we never wanted them to. We wanted
Nope.
them to all have better jobs
Yep,
and
he
but
said,
not
"I'm
work
put-
so
yeah."
hard. And
Mhm.
and um, and David was in grad school when Denny got sick, and then he quit. Came to help me and help us, and so it's been a great thing for me. But yeah, we always wanted them. They all four graduated college. We wanted them to go on and do something better, and they've all
Yep.
kind of done their own
The
things.
amount of times I heard, "I'm putting you through school so you can do something better."
Yeah, yeah.
Your weekends off, holidays
Yeah.
off. Work
Yeah.
for the government,
Yeah.
get a pension.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then they're just
Yeah.
like, oh, we want to make donuts.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. Well,
That's our
selfishly, I
dreams.
want them to make donuts too.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's great.
All right. Well, rustic, timeless, and lasting also describes our sponsor. You guessed it, Illizona Pizza Peels.
Yeah.
I almost said reels. Have you ever dropped a pizza because you were trying to scoop it up with flimsy cardboard packaging?
I have done that. There's a better way. Earlier this week, our friends had us over for pizza, and they said, "Will you please bring your pizza peel?" we're making pizzas and we don't have one.
Be the friend with a pizza peel.
That's right.
You'll be popular. It's not just for you. It's for your circle of pizza lovers. In a world where every person's pizza preferences are unique, a pizza peel is your palette to create tasty perfection.
I used to work at a pizza place in town, and my life would have been so much easier with the proper equipment. I make better pizzas now, and I'm excited to keep trying new combinations. Hot honey, brat meat, apples on pizza, dessert pizza, it's good. You name it. But click the link below and unleash your creativity today. All right. Well, what's your favorite treat from the bakery? And do you feel like you make it a little bit more special because it's your favorite one?
That's always a tough question. my favorite part is that there's so many different things to choose from that you never get tired of it.
Good.
Of one different thing. But like if I was just to pick one thing off the shelf, it's usually chocolate long john. But if it's hot out of the fryer, it's a blueberry old fashioned. Or hot out of the oven, it's a pecan roll. So it's just, I kind of sometimes I plan my mornings around, what do I want for breakfast?
Yeah.
And then I make that thing. So I have that for breakfast. Yes.
He had made yesterday. You were doing the Persians.
Persians,
This
yeah.
morning, all the days run
Yeah.
together. Hot Persian with our cinnamon roll is my favorite, and when he went to tray him up, there was one gone because I had taken it already. But yeah.
Baker's dozen.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
That's where it comes from, yeah.
Yeah.
Are there any ones that, because we talked about like kind of changes and such, but are there any ones that you miss that you guys don't really make anymore, or not really sure
I don't
how
know.
that works
the
for
only
you
thing
guys,
we
but
don't make anymore really is the French crullers.
Crullers, yeah.
yeah.
Our big cutter, Denny never liked them, and because he said they were too greasy. And so when the big cutter broke, he said we're not doing those anymore. So
And I've
yeah.
never made it.
and
so
they
I
are
don't
kind
even
of
know.
spongy
Yeah.
and greasy. I agree with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of good news because I feel like if there's something on the menu that you don't like, then you kind of maybe if you make it begrudgingly, maybe you don't make it as good as the ones that are your favorite.
Yeah.
Sometimes
True.
you just don't know. It's like I don't know if this is good or not. I don't like
Yeah.
it. That's
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
that way with filled donuts. I'm not a big fan of filled donuts. So it's like, is this too
Oh.
much filling? Is it not enough filling? Yeah.
Sure.
I don't know. So I have to have family test it out.
Nice.
Yeah.
Dial it in that way.
Yeah.
That's smart. Well, what are people scared to try, but it actually never disappoints when they try it?
It's been a while, but I feel like the orange juice donuts were one that people just didn't understand.
That one,
Yeah.
that one seems a little weird
Yeah.
to me. I'd be willing to try
They
it.
were
really
though.
good.
We were like one of
Yeah.
the first ones to put that out.
Yeah.
And now the manufacturers are putting out orange juice mixes.
Yeah.
Mm.
But that's always been a reluctant one. They just didn't understand it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And it's wild because like lemons are very popular,
Yeah.
and like you
Mhm.
don't
Yeah.
have to convince somebody to try a lemon something, but then
Yeah.
orange, all of a sudden you don't want to try it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're fine with banana, but like the orange juice, like, yeah.
I think it's specifically the orange juice, that it's specifically orange juice, where it kind of catches you off
Yeah.
guard.
Like it's
Kind
gonna
of
be
like
a
with the
gusher or
potato
something.
thing, where
Yeah.
like all you're thinking is potato, or
Yeah.
all you're thinking is orange juice,
Yeah.
which to me isn't a bad thing. But I can understand people kind of being like,
Yeah.
oh,
Mm.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
But it never disappoints. People usually
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
one.
It's a good one. We usually put that one out or at least we used to, in like January, February, we used to do like an orange juice banana with New Year's resolutions, going on diets. Like, well, here's your orange
Yeah,
juice and
yeah,
banana. You can eat
yeah.
healthy. There's some vitamin C there. Yeah.
There you go.
Well, there's only one place left to go. What makes Bloomington Normal your ideal place to do what you do best?
People. It's just always been a hard work community.
Mm.
I don't know.
And I
It's
think
just
they're
it's always
local.
been the
They're
people.
loyal to the
Yeah.
local businesses. I think people do make an effort to support local and the people.
We've been here long enough now that we have, grandkids that are regulars they got their grandparents where used to sit at the counter at my
the old
dad's
Main
original
Street, yeah.
shops. Now their grandkids are coming in all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just like the generations. You see that here a lot.
Yeah.
Generation after
Yeah.
generation, they stay here. It's a great place to raise a family, and
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah. You're seeing those faces. You're like, that was your grandpa's favorite donut. You should try
Yeah.
this one.
Yeah, yeah.
I know your taste buds. I know where they come from. Wow.
They're
Or kids
genetic.
and grandkids of people that work for us, that are working for us now.
Oh
and
yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, we've got a lot
We've
of
had
those.
several of employees that got married and
Yes,
from the bakery and
Yes.
had kids. So yeah,
yeah,
That's sweet.
yeah.
Hmm.
It's a good sign.
Yeah.
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 I do. I actually have one
Yeah.
question. How often do you ever get people who come in and they're like, wait, this isn't Denny's, the restaurant Denny.
Yeah,
Oh.
Denny's.
We get the phone calls.
The phone.
Oh,
Okay.
Or
the phone
the
calls.
steak and eggs.
yeah,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
they're
Can I have
we're
some-
like,
you
we
guys
don't
have
do that here.
pancakes?
Like, yeah, you do.
I know.
We don't. We used to have to keep like the Denny's restaurant numbers by the phone,
Yes.
Oh wow.
so we could give the correct number to them.
Because they'd say,
Yeah.
oh, well, it's not you.
Yeah.
What's their number? Yeah, like,
Like
Yeah.
we're,
I said, we're not
we're
connected
not
with
yeah.
them. I think we
Although
were
they
here
used-
first
Uh,
in
I would
town
say, yeah.
before,
in
before the
town,
one
yeah,
on
but like
El Dorado.
Denny's restaurant was a Denny's bakery before a restaurant.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The company.
Yeah.
So they started off as a donut shop and bakery before. a
Oh, interesting.
I thought they were connected with Winchell's.
restaurant.
I'm not
I just remember seeing, yeah.
Yeah, that was a donut
The
shop, donut
confusion.
chain.
And then there's also a Denny's bakery in Bloomington, Minnesota.
That
Oh,
causes
that's
more.
So we get people that order online,
Oh,
like,
no.
and it's like, whoop, wrong bakery.
Oh,
Yeah.
The people that get
We
mad
can have
at
them
us 'cause
delivered
we
to you
don't
in like a
have
few
something.
days, probably.
I know.
Yeah, yeah.
So I have all the area codes for Bloomington, Minnesota written by my desk, so I know I look if they call an order in,
Yeah.
because I
Mhm.
think we
That's
come up first
funny.
on Google. It's what they just Googled and
Oh, wow.
Googled it,
Yeah.
didn't realize there's two.
Yeah.
It's kind of a.
Yeah.
It's kind of a. What do you call it? It's like a blessing, but also a curse.
Yeah.
At the same
Yeah.
time.
Good
Yeah.
on you for.
It's
Yeah.
like, oh, we're first in
Well,
the Google
yeah.
searches.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
oh, we're
Yeah.
first in the
I know.
Google searches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we do those big giant donuts, and we decorate them up as like a donut cake.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that they started doing them because we were doing them, because they were ordering them from us, thinking it was them, and they'd go there
Yeah.
and they wouldn't have their order,
Yeah.
and then they'd
Makes
explain
sense.
what it is, and now they do them too. So
Yeah.
it's kind of a funny
Oh,
thing.
suspicious.
Yeah. One of these
Trying
days
to
we're
steal
gonna
your
travel up there.
business.
I know.
In Minnesota.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I asked that because I may or may not have had an instance like a few years ago when I was trying to meet someone at Denny's, and I just got it on the GPS, and it took me all the way to you guys' place.
Oh.
Like,
Oh, nice.
oh, this is not
Denny's on
where I
Main.
want to go.
Denny's on Ma- there's
No,
on-
normal.
Yeah, Main
Yeah.
and normal.
Yeah.
That's yep.
Yeah, so I wonder how often that happened. Because like I didn't even say like Denny's Donuts. I think it just said Denny's at the
Mm.
time. So
Yeah.
it's like, oh, that's confusing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that might have been how I found out about you guys. So there you go.
There you go. What a treat. Well, thank you guys so much for being on today. This was a treat. Big fans as always. So, and a final thank you to Illizona for sponsoring this episode. You guys hit subscribe on this channel here too, so you can keep up with when we go live. It's very helpful to you to hit that notification. Otherwise, we will see you guys next time around.
See ya.